How to map a waterway. So let's map our waterways. The map should zoom you into your farm if you have verified under the Describe Plan tab. If you have not verified, you can locate your farm on the map using the zooming tools provided. Use the tools on the left-hand side to zoom in and out. You can also zoom in and out with the wheel of your mouse. Click and drag the map with your mouse for movement. Describe your property boundaries by clicking on the box icon on the left-hand side. This links property boundaries to a LINS database layer. Click on the parcels that belong to your farm. This will show the outline of your farm. All data is recorded in reference to waterways rather than the property boundaries. So use the farm property boundary as a guide for your plan. If you lose your farm on the map and wish to return to your farm boundary, click on the Home button. Draw a pond and draw a stream or drain. Draw a wetland or critical source area. Critical source areas are described on our website, but essentially these are swales and gullies. You can modify or delete these drawings. Let's draw a drain. You can double click on it and it will ask you for a name. The riparian planner will also ask you if it's an Accord waterway. An Accord waterway is 1 metre wide and 30 centimetres deep. Accord waterways will be prioritised for actions later on. You can continue drawing, or in this case, you can edit. Accord waterways will have further questions. Answer these questions as best you can, as it will be important information to action later on. The planner will give you a length and ask you if you are managing both sides. This is important information if your waterway lies on a boundary. Are stock excluded? If not, how many metres of stream do you need to fence it before it becomes excluded? In this case, let's say 200 metres. If it has eroding banks, that will also help prioritise what you do in there. Let's just say no for now. Scott Farm has mostly native plants along that waterway. Descriptors help with what you are trying to record and achieve. In this case, you are describing the zones, grass strip, upper bank zone, and lower bank zone. This is the planning you will do for the future. If you wanted to move the fence back, you would type that in here. On Scott Farm, it's around 3 metres. Our grass buffer is around 1 metre. We have 2 zones for planting described in this button here. It's about 1 metre each. Lower bank zone has lots of sedges and upper bank zone more trees. No new crossings required. And that's all you need to do for that waterway. There's another feature described which is called wetland. This is an area tool. Click around the area and then double click to finish. It's not an Accord waterway. Wetlands have to be named in a regional plan. This time we will just continue and draw a pond. This can take you to other waterways. It will zoom in on previous and next waterways that you have drawn and are describing. You can delete the waterway here, close and continue drawing. For the purpose of this demonstration, we'll draw around an effluent pond. This is line information because we don't want to be planting inside a pond. We have 3 waterways named here. We can go back at any time to edit the information about it, like having a much smaller riparian zone, for example. In this pond situation, we're going to stay as 1. This instantly takes away the planting ability because we want to put grass filled strips in there. When it goes back up, the planting options come back in. The wetland has slightly different information. It tells you the area, the perimeter, stock exclusion and the vegetation type. In this case, it's mostly weeds. These weeds are likely to spread as it's crack willow. And that's our waterways mapped.